So let's talk about what's happening in the market right now. This is not 2021 and nor is it 2028. So let's talk about what's going on here in 2026 in the local market. You know, inventory remains still limited compared to historical norms. Understand, normally at this time of year in a normal market, we're sitting on about 100 units for sale in Gallup, New Mexico. And today, we're only sitting on about 44 as of this morning. And so that means that we're still historically low when it comes to the number of houses that are on the market. Now, something that is that does not mean you're in a depressed market. You know, buyers are still being very active in this market, but they're also being a little more selective. You know, a couple years ago, you know, a house would come on the market and immediately you would get 4 offers on it. Today, we're seeing buyers going through several houses, if not all of them, and then they're typically making a decision, not immediately, but usually within a week or so after they really find something that they're interested in. So what you want to be aware of is that homes that are priced correctly are actually selling, and they're actually selling. They're typically getting a contract within about 21 to 30 days on the market, where the ones that are overpriced are typically not getting that many showings, sitting on the market for longer than what they need to be, and really just making those homes that are priced look very, very appealing to the buyers. Something you really got to be aware of is negotiation has returned back to the market, you know, and we are seeing a lot of negotiation between closing costs, buyer or buy down points, repairs, buyer agent, seller agent commissions and stuff. We're really seeing a lot more negotiation from both parties than we have seen in the last couple of years. And that's fantastic because that's where the best transactions are made, is when everybody feels like they got something out of the transaction. Something you should be aware of on the market is that interest rates have stabilized. And compared to the last few years where they've kind of been volatile, and really we've been seeing the interest rates go up, you know, over the last couple of years, we've seen really over the last 12 to 18 months, those interest rates cooling, coming down. And I actually saw an article last week that they are below 6% right now. You know, we are not really seeing, I've seen some headlines about a foreclosure wave and, you know, doom and gloom, the sky is falling, as often is. What we're seeing is that there's no foreclosure wave going on. We are seeing a few more foreclosures sitting on the market, but those are not anywhere near a wave. And my understanding, we're still about 200% less on foreclosures than we are in a normal market. Lending standards remain strong. We're not just giving money out to people who shouldn't be having loans, and that means that we are not anticipating those huge foreclosure numbers anytime soon. What we're really seeing is a normalization phase in the real estate market. You know, a couple years ago, it was a house went on in the on the market and 4 offers immediately, no buyer competition, etc. What we're really seeing now is that strategy is making more of a benefit than fear is, and consequently, those who strategize and are negotiating as such in line with their strategy are getting the results done. So this is a complicated market because it's changing quite a bit from what it was over the last couple of years. And if you'd really like to make sense of it all, I encourage you to give me a call and make a one-on-one strategy session for you and your family. This is Jason Valentine with Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty. And if you want to make that appointment, there's a link either in the comments or in the description. You can book a one-on-one appointment with me. Tell me what your real estate goals are, and I will help you develop a strategy based on today's market on how you can win. Give me a call if you'd like, 505-863-4363, or on my cell phone, 575-496-1068, or just click on the link and we can do that one-on-one session, help you and your family through this kind of, I don't want to say tumultuous time, but definitely a changing time. Take care. Bye-bye.